George Stannis from Goffs. You've just given a Cheltenham preview. How excited are you?
Very excited for Cheltenham. Less excited once people realise any tips I've given have not come in. So, as I said earlier on, I think I might need to change postcodes on Saturday morning. But yeah, looking forward to Cheltenham. Let's be honest, it's the mecca of our sport. So yeah, can't wait. So it's only a few days away. So yeah, let's hope all the horses get there in one piece.
When people go to sales, this is obviously looking for a Cheltenham horse, aren't they? At the cheapest price they can get.
Generally, they are, and funny, it's horses. You know, what is a big price, but you know, we've sold horses for tremendous amount of money, and they've gone on and been very successful. You know, John Bond is obviously a horse that's very well fancied, and will, as we've learned tonight, will win. As any Cheltenham preview has learned, he should win, and he was an expensive horse. But I remember selling a horse called Burnt Oak Boy, and he cost £800. Richard Newland bought him just when he was starting out, and he won at the Cheltenham Festival, I think 2 seasons later. So 800 quid, Cheltenham Festival winner, there you have it, and that was through the sales ring at Goffs. So it can be done.
And obviously a lot of these horses come from point-to-point racing, which obviously the key to tonight. Where would we be without point-to-point racing?
It's a massive thing, and everyone associates, when you mention a point-to-pointer, they immediately think of Ireland, and they do a tremendous job there, both just the grassroots of it, but also the promotion of it, and so on and so forth. But we are not a million miles behind here in the UK, and we've got some great tracks. We really have got some fantastic tracks and great people doing it. The geography is a bit different. We're so spread out and so on, but we are trying to change a few things together with Paul Miller, who's the new Chief Executive of the Point-to-Point Authority, and myself, via Goffs, working closely with Paul and Tiggy and the rest of the guys to slightly change the programme and just get UK pointers on as level a footing as they can be. And funny, I tipped a horse tonight in the Arco, Touch Me Not. We know Majborough's probably the one that's going to win, but Touch Me Not wasn't that far behind, and he's a Mawanas horse that Tom and Gina Ellis had, and you just never know. If something goes wrong, he could just be there to pick up the pieces. He's a grade 1 performer. So by Mawanas, who again was a sire that stood successfully at Yorton Stud, in the UK. So we're massively behind British pointing, and again we've started some schooling races again, and we announced those as if it's like reinventing the wheel, but it's not. We've been doing it in Ireland for years and schooling after racing across in the UK, but we just need refine our platform and have a proper programme for where schooling races are, regular times of the year, every couple of weeks at nice tracks. That's where the education is. Go into your young horse maiden, and then some may be sold on or retained by connections to go from there. So yeah.
I also think for the future of the sport as well, because it's a full family day out at a point-to-point event. The children go in the hounds a lot of the times, can't they, and things like that, and get close to the horses. You can't do that at a race course, obviously. It's massive. I mean, you go to the likes of Eyton. There's so much going on. It is a proper family day out, and people ask me about point-to-pointing and Goffs, it's only about selling horses. It's just not true. We sponsor the young horse maidens, no problem at all, but we sponsor other races as well, and you should go to a point-to-point as much to see maybe a horse that was a superstar for one of the leading trainers and might be just on the downgrade, but a former grade 1 winner. So you go to see that type of horse as much as you go to see the star of the future in one of the young horse maidens. So loads to do in UK points or any point-to-point fixture, and I think we do a great job across here in the UK, and especially at Eyton, which is a great great day and local to us here in Shropshire. Yeah, indeed. We were at York recently, and a former Supreme novice hurdle winner walked the race at York, to be honest with you. But the fact that you could see that in an amateur kind of sport is you don't get that elsewhere, do you? You never see Ronaldo playing for Telford United.
Absolutely right. It's say it's a tenner or 15 quid at the gate to get in, and you can see all these superstars. Where I'm a big Newcastle fan. Can I get a ticket for Newcastle United? No, I can't. So you got to beg, borrow, and steal. But it's easy access, and it's great grounding as well. And even some of the jockeys, lots of young jockeys that are riding there, and they go on to bigger and better things. So it really is a chance to see the stars of the future. It's close up and personal. There really is no distance at all from the public into the parade ring to see these horses going around. So, it's hard to quantify, but I bet a lot of people's love for national hunt racing and horses in general probably stems from going to Point of Points as youngsters with their families, and those could be the jockeys, the trainers, and the owners of the future. So that's what it's all about.